Mm. Like it's gonna be overcast today.
Yeah, that's gloomy. That's like just open the blinds. It's like, oh. Mm.
Oh, I just got scratched up.
Yeah, it's cold here.
Dang, it's nice though. That mirror, I've never seen a mirror like that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So it goes on the sides.
Mm-hmm. But that thing's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Either one works.
Morning.
Good morning. Well,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's a nice day out.
It's overcast and gloomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly how I like it.
I'm here for it.
Cleaning supplies. Birthday. Treasure box.
Noise.
You don't have mom HD?
I was looking yesterday, I couldn't find anything even similar to that. All I found was a bunch of these
Oh, okay.
that actually goes on there and.
Okay. Okay, I'll look it up.
Okay.
How many do we need?
Just one that I know
Do you want to get a backup since they're
of. Yeah, we can get two.
being harder to find?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that lady that I had texted about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Her info was right over there. She said because the fence was. Did you see my text?
Oh, I did, and I went to respond to your text. I was doing voice to text,
Mm.
and then I think I got interrupted.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I just didn't send it. We do have traffic gates in the front. That's in here. Check out. Drive through. Sure. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, we're not gonna provide security of any kind.
I didn't think so,
Yeah.
but I sort of asked.
Yeah. And then I talked to Shannon about the guy that wanted to put in a gate and his
Mhm.
name. She said no. I was like, I pretty much knew that, but just want to do
The
my due diligence.
audacity of him coming and just, but trying to put like saying like the lights in his bag
Uh-huh.
first, trying to throw
Yeah,
that in,
no.
like, nah, homie.
I was like, I just wanted to ask that I'm following through
Yeah.
in case he calls. I asked.
She said that. I guess is there fence now?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
There's like 4
Is there-
houses that are down right now.
is there
over here.
is there another parking lot?
No.
Oh, she said there's shady stuff happening in this parking lot then.
No.
She said at night there's I thought because I didn't look, I haven't really been back there.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if there was she meant our parking lot.
There used to be a long time ago before we got gates and everything.
Really?
Yeah, before we got gates in the front, like, you know, there used to be like cars that were dropped off back there,
Oh.
stuff like that, but not recently.
I didn't, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't know if there was an outlet back there or not.
Morning.
Good morning. 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 What do you want me to tell her that, how,
I
what?
just texted you.
Oh.
I just texted the group, just in case anybody else asks. Do you wanna have a little powwow real quick? Little meet and talk and discuss about what happened yesterday? I'm gonna shut the door just in case. So, I understand there's a disagreement. My role here is not be on sides or anything, but to hear both of you out and have an open discussion, and hopefully we can come to a resolution and everybody can be happy working together. Because misunderstandings happen. It's part of life, but you know, I want us to all be on the same page and comfortable and willing to do what we need to do in order to get our jobs done, and that kind of be able to talk to each other respectfully, be able to, you know, hash out anything. But if you guys have something that you're upset about, you can always come to me. You don't have to feel like you need to deal with it on your own or discuss it on your own. But yeah, I know that there was a little bit of a hiccup, and just want to get down to the bottom of it so that we can hopefully move forward. You were clearly upset about something yesterday.
Yeah, I feel as if I did something to you that I'm not aware of. So for instance, when I came in, I told you, hey, good afternoon. You didn't say anything to me. And if it's because you have your headphones in, then perhaps you should not have your headphones in. And quite frankly, you were talking to Beth and Mike, and when I was leaving, you're like, what, just because I didn't say anything and you took out your headphones?
That's not what I said.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It doesn't mean you need to turn it into an argument or anything like that. Just
But do you see the
openly-
manner that she's
Yes,
coming
'cause
with
I'm
into this
upset.
and talking like that to me? Like, that's not okay. If the discussion can't be without the hostility,
When you came back from lunch, I was doing something on the computer. Why didn't you just say, hey, Priscilla, actually, I'm really busy. Can I jump on the computer? And then when you got up, you're like, why?
no, I didn't
so that's
say
why
why.
this conversation's not, because
I,
I'm gonna say something and then we're not gonna agree.
there's a camera right there. So regardless, there's a camera right there.
Okay.
So, and I explained that to Beth. So we share a computer,
Yes.
right? It's not ours, it's Taman's company, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the other computer was over there with all your stuff on it, and you had gotten up. And so I got on, and as soon as you said, hey, can I finish? I said, okay, and I got right up, and I moved. There was nothing. And if there was an issue then, you shouldn't have waited until Beth had left to explode on
I'm
me.
not gonna tiptoe around you. Just
Again-
because you're deciding to ignore me for whatever
didn't
reason.
ignore you.
Okay, again, we're not gonna
Again,
agree on
if
that.
you felt that way, before she left, why didn't you address it rather than the way you exploded at me? Because that made me feel completely
Okay, so
uncomfortable.
what can absolutely happen is I can't work with you. So I can work on Sundays and Mondays, and that's totally fine with me. Totally fine with me. I do not care. But I can't work with you. So Sundays and Mondays is something that I would rather work, because I'm not gonna be able to work with her. Any days off that you have, I can cover that. That's not a problem. But I would rather work Sundays and Mondays and totally just not deal with this, because I don't have to.
I think that's going extremely just like overboard from a small misunderstanding, and that's all I have to say. I don't know what,
So we're not gonna come to a resolution.
I mean, I have no problem. I have no issue. It was a misunderstanding on your part. I wish you would have taken the time to just ask or clarify rather than just assume. And when I asked you to table it and bring Beth in, you just didn't want to, because this is exactly what the outcome I was not wanting, and for no reason.
It's okay, I can work Sundays and Mondays, it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
But at the same time, even not working the same schedule, you guys still have to be able to communicate.
I can do that.
I
As long-
have no problem with that. There's no issue. I have no problem communicating now, before, after.
Okay.
like this.
Okay. Well, we can discuss more about your schedule. I was hoping that this would have a better outcome than it did. Are we okay continuing today, like as we have planned? Do we feel comfortable? Do
Yeah.
we,
I don't.
you don't?
Not with this net hostility still.
Well, we're not gonna be on property when you're on property, but I don't want,
I'm just not comfortable at this point to do that, to go out of my way on my day off to do something that I thought would be great for you, and then still met with this and not being able to mediate with her here and come to an understanding. You're just I don't want to say combative, but that's what it feels like you're against something for a misunderstanding. I said that yesterday, I'm saying it now, and you're still upset, which is valid how you feel, but I did not do anything to you. Unintentionally, intentionally, I apologize too, and you weren't hearing it. I'm not going to, she's my boss. That's the only boss here. And then I'm all for not doing that, because I don't want to be spoken to like that when you're not around.
yeah,
That's not okay.
yeah.
The aggressiveness and hostility that I was met with.
I don't have a solution if there's no conversation that can happen without,
Well, I'm gonna say something, she's gonna say that didn't happen. Then she's gonna say something and I'm gonna say no. It's because it's based off a perspective
yeah, it
of
is.
how
It is.
how
I'm
a feeling
opinion,
is.
But
And
also the way a conversation is approached, handled, and respectfully to each other and professionally in the office.
well, in my whole mindset, it's like I already tried multiple times to have a conversation with you cordially, and you were ignoring me
I wasn't.
blatantly.
I was not.
And that's why we're not going.
So why did you speak to me whenever I asked you what time you were leaving? So I was
you were
talking
talking
to
to
you.
me through Mike.
I wasn't talking to you through Mike. Mike didn't ask you. I asked you.
No, Mike was like, "What time are you leaving?"
I said, hey, Priscilla.
I did not hear you. I literally only heard Mike say that. I was
He
like,
didn't even ask you. I
yes,
asked
he did. He
you.
asked me. He said something like,
After I asked you.
"Okay, I didn't hear you say that." I only heard him, and I was like, "I think I leave at 6." And he was like, "No. Now, what time do you leave at today? What time are you leaving tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh, I think we're leaving at like 10 or
Yeah,
10:30."
me, and I said that. I'm the one that said that.
Well, I only heard Mike.
I'm the one that said those words, exact words, which I told her earlier, those exact phrase.
I only heard Mike.
Okay, I'm seeing a major conflict in personalities and perspectives and things like that, and we all are different, we all have different perspectives, but at the same time, it's like, is this something that can we both agree to disagree on and kind of have a fresh start and move forward, or?
I tried yesterday, this is what I'm trying here today, and this is what I'm being met with.
What would I say to you that would not make you feel that way?
What do you mean?
Like, what could be resolved right now? Like my tone, or what? I don't understand. Like,
How would you have liked it if I spoke to you like
I
that
would
yesterday?
never have ignored you. I'm not
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no. How would you have felt if I talked to you the way you talked to me
If
yesterday?
I had been ignoring you, I would have.
No, okay. So, I'm not gonna keep going back and forth like this. So obviously, I don't know what to do. That's why I came to you. That's why I immediately called you.
Like I said, I'm okay working Sundays and Mondays.
I understand that, but that doesn't resolve the issue, that doesn't,
I will be respectful to her, and if there's ever an issue, please just ask me rather than blow up on me. If you feel like you can't contain your emotions, please involve Beth.
Okay,
Because
absolutely.
that's completely disrespectful how you approached me, and even when I asked you to
Just
stop.
because you're met with silence and I vocalize a concern instead of tiptoeing around it doesn't
But
make
I
anything.
do
Okay,
agree
and then
that it-
perspective, just like
Okay.
you're saying, perspective. So it still wasn't okay how you approached me, even when I asked you to please stop, let's involve Beth, you still were you got even more
You're
upset
the
and
one that
hostile.
stood up like you were going to do something.
I stood up because after I asked you to stop,
You did not say that.
yes, I did.
Okay.
And there's a camera right there.
I'll review the footage.
Yes, please
But-
do so.
It is something that if you were upset about something, I'd rather you come to me than approach it after I left. And I understand that might have been like the final, like, from your perspective, it was like the final, like, okay, I can't, you know, I
Yeah.
have to say something, but at the same time, you probably should have held that in and we should have had an open conversation about it instead of addressing it personally, directly after I wasn't here.
Okay.
So I do feel that that deserves an apology because it was probably addressed more aggressively than it should have been, and more directly than it should have been.
Like I said, I'll work Sundays and Mondays, or I can transfer to Biltmore. It's either of those two options is totally okay with me.
Would you be willing to still work today while we're at the thing? Okay.
It's completely, I mean,
I can work in the office and she can go if that's what she wants. I don't care.
I don't wanna go, I'm not going, it's my day off.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll go by myself. We've already paid for it, so I have to go. Okay, well, I will talk to Shannon about what's happening, just so that she's aware. And I'll let you know as soon as Nancy responds to me.
I've emailed you and
Yeah.
there's that on paper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but it was handled the complete wrong way. And even when I asked you just to stop, which I wasn't disregarding or disvaluing your feelings for whatever the reasons they have been, again, perspective. That's not how you treat a coworker. And I was
think you
completely
have said
unaware.
completely inappropriate things the entire time you've worked here. You call me nigga. You say all types of inappropriate things, and you're gonna come at
And
me.
you have told, in casual conversation, and the casualness of how you speak to them,
No.
please don't, because you
No.
are speaking very freely around them.
Sure, but I don't use any type of
And
language like that.
And, oh, wow, and then telling me that Aaliyah fit in here and we worked better here because all of y'all were in relationships, you know, so
I don't
please
know what you're talking
don't
about.
come to me and saying stuff like that. And I've
Okay.
said that once and not to you
No,
in my conversation of what I was
no, you're talking
talking to you. I did not
inappropriate
say that to
things.
you.
Yes, you do.
And then why hasn't it not been addressed until since then? So this just seems like retaliation and this seems very uncomfortable. Like,
Okay, well, we're not getting anywhere. We're not making any headway. So let's call it for now, and then I'll reach out to both of you and kind of let you know how we're gonna proceed. Cause I don't see it
No.
getting any better at this point, for right now. So if you wanna,
I just also want to say that this is a very weird situation.
it is, I've never been in a situation like this where we couldn't sit down and talk things out.
So you just please keep me updated on what's going to transpire after
Yeah.
this because
I'll follow up with you later on this
something
afternoon.
needs to happen
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
doing that in the office is just not professional work, even after asked to be stopped.
I understand. I've heard both sides and I'll look at the footage and I'll talk with Shannon and see how we want to proceed. And I'll let you know, give you a follow-up this afternoon. I have to go to this thing at 10. I don't have any choice, so I'll have a conversation with her and see how we want to go from there.
Does that have audio?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel really better about that then.
Yeah, and you should pull all the footage of her talking and saying racial slurs. I don't know if you know
and
this, but
then
my son is black.
going
And remember when?
towards, don't speak for somebody else.
What are you talking about?
So nobody said anything to me, so please
Yeah,
stop
that's
and quit
exactly-
firing shots
No,
and
that's
quit
what
trying
you
to.
did. So you could go
So
ahead
you're
and pull that
bringing
footage
something completely
too.
up to deflect from
That's
your
what
actions.
you're trying to do.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You came at me and I'm handling that situation. I'm not bringing anything else up. You were taking this opportunity to bring up other stuff.
No, because it's inappropriate, and maybe that's it, the
So
way you
why are
speak.
you just picking now to
I
bring
haven't.
that
I
up?
told Beth about this. Have I not told her about it?
And no conversation, when? And no conversation was talking to me,
Day
which
one
is,
or day two.
so why, so if that was true, why hasn't there been a conversation with me?
I was going to have a conversation with you after this.
She said day one.
Yeah,
Why hasn't there been a
because I
conversation
hadn't
before?
witnessed it. I hadn't witnessed this. and
But
I
she had a
said,
concern. Why wasn't it brought to my attention? Because, why wasn't that brought to my attention?
because I hadn't witnessed it. It was hearsay.
But.
So I said, when we're having conversation, I've never heard anything like that. If I end up
Right.
hearing it, I would come to you. I haven't heard it.
But she's saying something that was derogatory and disrespectful, and then she's including Mike in on that. I feel like that's something, that's what she just now said. She just said that Mike,
Mike hasn't come to me about it.
okay, so I don't even see why that's the thing, but I feel like this is, why wouldn't there be a conversation that was something that involved me that's, one, bothering somebody, because she's saying right now it's bothering you
Well, it
either
was,
way, right?
absolutely.
And has been, right?
Yes, if I'm being honest.
So,
Okay, well, I didn't think it was that serious. If I would have thought it that serious, then I would have had a conversation with you. It was brought up one time and
but now it's being used against me, so I couldn't, she brought something to your attention and I couldn't,
I understand
Fix
that.
it,
Here,
so-
like hindsight, I probably should have come to you about it, absolutely. I didn't think it was that big of a.
everybody speaks so freely and comfortably,
Mhm.
so I was laxed, as is everybody in this office has
Yeah.
been that I've heard.
Yeah,
So all of that would have taken was a simple conversation, and I find that,
okay, she brought it
Why?
up now, but I'm not taking that into the situation,
but that's what it
Is-
feels like. I mean, doesn't that, this feels like something turning into something else.
well, that's why I said it's not gonna go anywhere right now, so let's stop the conversation. I will have a conversation with Shannon and see how she would like to proceed and give in all the information, and I'll look up video and audio and we can go from there.
I would like to write another statement about
Okay, you
this
can,
right now.
you can email me. Does that work? Cause I don't think
I'd
sitting in
rather-
here.
She doesn't have to be in here while I do it. I would rather stay right here while it's fresh in my head and
Okay.
write it down, please.
Okay, you can do that.
I'm able to.
I'll let you do that. Do what? Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, everyone. Here you go, man. I was saying, we all like coffee, you know?
Oh, you said you like coffee?
I said, we all like coffee, you know?
I
He
know.
started laughing. I said, nah, I'm just playing.
He was running an errand.
That's how we still carry all that other shit.
No, I think I'll just write it when I go home.
You sure?
I'm comfortable here right now.
Okay. Well, I'll call you after I get back, and give you an update.
Oh, this is trash man.
Yes, please. Thank
I
you.
didn't know if it was. I want to throw it out. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Here, there it is. Oh, I think you're gonna throw it.
Oh, okay.
Have I ever offended you by the way I was talking?
Oh.
And if I have, I'm sorry.